My girlfriend said, "Let's be roommates, not a couple." I smiled and agreed, then quietly stopped paying, locked my stuff up, and downloaded dating apps. By the time she realized I wasn't her bill-paying backup plan, she was broke. I'm 29 male, and I swear I'm the king of ignoring red flags. For 3 years, I dated Maya. We met at a friend's birthday party, moved in together 15 months later, and I thought we were building towards something real. By the time we'd been living together a year, things felt more like a business arrangement than a relationship, except I was the only one paying the bills. Let's break down the finances first, because that's where it all started. Our apartment rent was $2,100 a month. I paid $1,500. Maya paid $600. Then there were utilities, $300 total. I covered most. Groceries, $500 a month. I picked up the tab 90% of the time. Her car insurance, $170 a month. She'd gotten into a fender bender and said she couldn't afford it. Internet, $80. Streaming services, $45. And random stuff like toilet paper or light bulbs. All in, I was dropping around $2,600 a month on our shared life. Maya? She paid $600, plus maybe the occasional coffee run. She worked part-time at a marketing startup, making around $40,000 a year, decent for part-time, but she always claimed she was swamped with student debt or saving for a big trip. I never questioned it. I'm a software developer making $95,000 a year, so I figured I could afford to cover the gaps. Stupid, I know. The shift seeped in slow, like a leak you ignore till it ruins the floor. At first, we'd hit the farmer's market every Saturday, cook together weeknights, and road trip to the coast for fun. But those moments faded fast. Saturdays became too tired. The coast trip got nixed for gas costs, and she bailed on plans with rehearsed excuses, coworkers breakdown, back pain, deadline. Meanwhile, she was out till 3 a.m. with work friends, hitting rooftop bars and concerts she claimed she couldn't make for me. I should have broken up with her then, but I'm a people pleaser. I thought if I tried harder, if I gave her more space, if I covered one more bill, things would go back to how they were. But the more I gave, the more she took. She got a new iPhone and said it was a gift from her mom. She bought a designer crossbody bag and said it was a knockoff from Amazon. I later found the receipts hidden in her purse. $1, $200 for the phone, $800 for the bag. Worst of all, she borrowed $3,000 from me 3 months ago, tears in her eyes. My coworker Sarah got evicted, and she can't get a loan. Please, I'll pay you back next paycheck. I transferred the money that night, no questions asked. A month later, I saw Sarah at the grocery store. She was fine, never been evicted, had no idea Maya had used her name. Turns out, Maya had used that money to book a girl's trip to Vegas, flights, a suite at the Venetian, bottle service. Her friends posted reels of them cheering with champagne, and Maya was front and center, grinning like she hadn't lied to my face. The bomb dropped on a Wednesday night. I was scrolling Yelp and saw a new Italian place downtown. Great reviews, homemade pasta, outdoor seating. Hey, let's check this out Saturday, I said to Maya. She was on her phone, scrolling Instagram, and didn't even look up. Can't afford it. I'll pay. I offered, like I always did. That's when she put her phone down and gave me this look, like I was a bug she couldn't be bothered to swat. Tyler, we need to be real here. I've been thinking about us, and honestly, I don't see you as a boyfriend anymore. My stomach dropped. What are you talking about? You're more like a roommate who pays bills, she said. Her voice was flat, no emotion. We don't have that spark. We're not romantic. We're just two people sharing space. Why pretend this is something it's not? I stared at her, dumbfounded. So you want to break up? God, no, she said, like I was insane. This setup works. The apartment's nice. We get along fine. Let's just be roommates. No more relationship expectations, no drama, no guilt trips. We just coexist. It'll take all the pressure off. Something snapped in my brain, cold, clear clarity. For months, I'd been bending over backward to make her happy, and she'd been using me for free rent, free groceries, and a safety net while she checked out other options. Perfect, I said. She blinked, surprised. Really? You're cool with it? Super cool, I said. Roommates it is. She smiled, relieved, and went back to her phone, probably texting Jake, the coworker she'd been gushing about for months. I went to my laptop and spent the next hour making a spreadsheet. Rent, $1,050 each. Utilities, split evenly, $150 each. Internet, $40 each. Groceries, separate, no more buying for both of us. Car insurance, she pays her own. Streaming services, each pays for what they want. I emailed it to her with the subject line, roommate expense agreement. She didn't check her email that night. Too busy texting. Next morning, I was making coffee when her phone dinged. She opened the email, and I watched her face go from confused to annoyed to furious. What the hell is this? She yelled. Roommate expenses, I said, sipping my coffee. Split 50/50ths. Standard stuff. You're seriously making me pay half of everything? Well, yeah, I said. Roommates split costs equally. That's how it works. But you make way more than me, she screamed. Lots of roommates have income differences, I said. Still split things. You wanted to be roommates. This is part of the deal. Her face turned bright red. This is ridiculous. I can't afford this. Then we can find a cheaper apartment, or you can get a full-time job, I said. Roommate problems, roommate solutions. She slammed her cereal bowl down and stormed to her room. I finished my coffee, grabbed my keys, and went to Target. I bought a mini fridge, $160, and a lock for my bedroom door, $25. When I got home, I set up the fridge in my room, moved all my food into it, my protein bars, Greek yogurt, veggies, even my favorite craft beer, and left the main fridge empty. I also packed my toiletries into a bag I kept in my room. No more sharing my $70 face moisturizer or my razors. If we're roommates, we're roommates. That night, Maya got home from work, opened the fridge, and stared at the empty shelves. Where's the food? She asked. My food's in my room, I said. Roommates keep groceries separate unless there's an agreement. We don't have one. This is insane, she yelled. This is roommates, I said. Over the next week, she tried everything to get me to back down. She cried. I can't believe you're doing this to me. We've been together 3 years. She got angry. You're such a selfish jerk. She guilt-tripped. Remember when I took care of you when you had the flu? Remember when I helped you move into this apartment? I held firm. When her car insurance lapsed and she asked me to pay it, I said no. When she ran out of shampoo and asked to borrow mine, I said buy your own. When she tried to use my Netflix account, I changed the password. Then she noticed I was on dating apps. I downloaded Hinge a week after the roommate talk. Single people date, right? I wasn't looking for anything serious, just wanted to meet new people. I matched with Luna, a 30-year-old elementary school teacher who loved hiking and rescue dogs. We hit it off and planned a coffee date for that Saturday. The night before the date, I was getting dressed, nice jeans, a button-down shirt, a little cologne, and Maya knocked on my door. Why are you dressed up? She asked. Going out, I said. Where? Date, I said. Her brain short-circuited. Date? What do you mean date? With who? Someone from Hinge, I said. Single people use dating apps, Maya. You made it clear we're not a couple. You're not single, she yelled. We live together. As roommates, I said. Roommates can date whoever they want. That's normal. This is messed up, she screamed. This is what you wanted, I said. A roommate, nothing more. I'm just living my life. I walked past her and headed out. The date with Luna was amazing. She was funny, smart, had a great sense of humor, and even insisted on splitting the coffee bill. I pay my own way, she said. It was a wild concept after 3 years of supporting Maya. We talked for 3 hours, made plans to hike Mount Tam the next weekend, and exchanged numbers before I left. I got home around midnight, and Maya was sitting on the couch in the dark. We need to talk, she said. It's late, I said. You can't date other people, she said. I'm single, I said. Single people date. You live with me. Yep. As roommates. She stared at me, mouth open, then started crying. This isn't what I meant. I didn't want you to start seeing other girls. I just wanted space. Space. I said. You said I was a bill-paying roommate. I'm treating you like one. If you wanted space, you should have said that, not lied about our entire relationship. I went to my room and locked the door. Things got messy fast after that. Maya started leaving her stuff everywhere. Clothes on the couch, dishes piled in the sink, hair all over the bathroom. When I moved her things to her room, she'd explode. Stop touching my stuff. They're in common areas, I'd say. Roommates respect shared spaces. She'd scream, oh my God, stopped saying roommates. She also started having her friends over every night, loud conversations, drinking, taking over the living room. One night, they were still going at midnight on a Tuesday, blaring Taylor Swift's Midnights at full volume. I had an early meeting the next morning. Can you guys keep it down? I asked. Her friend Zoe, who'd always hated me, laughed. You're really gonna tell her what to do in her own place? Our place, I said. We both pay for it now. I'm just asking for basic roommate courtesy. You're such an ass, Maya said. This is exactly why we don't work, I said. We don't work because you said we're roommates. I yelled back. Roommates don't throw weeknight parties without checking first. It's not even that loud, she said. I pulled out my phone and started typing an email to the landlord. What are you doing? She screamed. Documenting a pattern of lease violations, I said. That's what you do with problem roommates. Her friends scattered like roaches. Maya screamed at me for an hour, called me heartless, selfish, a monster, then stormed to her room. A few days later, she switched tactics. She made dinner, spaghetti carbonara, my favorite, and knocked on my door. Want some? She said. She was wearing that blue dress she knew I liked, the one she'd worn on our first anniversary. What are you doing? I asked. Being friendly, she said. Roommates can be friendly, right? Roommates also don't manipulate each other, I said. I'm not manipulating you, she said. I miss when we had fun together. I didn't mean what I said about the roommate thing. Which part? I asked. The part where you said I'm not your boyfriend, or the part where you said I'm just a bill payer? She hesitated. All of it. I miss having a boyfriend. You don't have a boyfriend, I said. You have a roommate. By choice. Her face crumpled, but I walked away. My second date with Luna was even better. We went hiking, grabbed tacos afterward, and talked for hours. She mentioned she had a friend who worked at Maya's startup. You know Jake? She said. Tall guy, blonde, drives a Tesla? I froze. Jake was the co-worker Maya had been gushing about. He's such a great mentor. He helps me with client pitches. We have so much in common. Yeah, I've heard of him, I said. Word around the office is he's married, Luna said. Has a wife and a baby. But he flirts with everyone, Maya included. They've been seen together at bars after work, even went on a weekend trip to Napa last month. My blood ran cold. Napa? That's where Maya said she was visiting her aunt. I did a little digging when I got home. Jake's Instagram was public. Photos of him with his wife and baby. Photos of him at work events with Maya. Photos of the Napa trip, tagged as work retreat. But their body language was obvious. Arms around each other, matching wine glasses. I also found Maya's hidden credit card statement. Charges for Napa hotels, fancy dinners, even a couple's massage. She wasn't just using me for money. She was using me as a safety net while she chased a married guy. I didn't confront her right away. I wanted proof. Luna helped me. She asked her friend at the startup to keep an eye out, and sure enough, a week later, I got a text with a photo of Maya and Jake making out in the company parking lot. That night, I came home to find Maya and Jake in our living room, drinking wine. What's going on? I said. Maya jumped. Jake's just here to go over a client pitch. Jake stood up, smirking. Relax, Tyler. We're just friends. Right then, Jake's phone rang. He looked at it, paled, and declined. A minute later, it rang again. This time Maya grabbed it. Who is it? She asked. Before Jake could stop her, she answered. Hello. A woman's voice yelled through the phone. Jake, where are you? The baby has a fever and you're out with that slut. Maya dropped the phone. Jake scrambled to pick it up, but it was too late. Babe, it's not what it looks like, he yelled into the phone. I stood there, watching the chaos unfold. Maya stared at Jake, tears in her eyes. You're married? She said. Jake sighed. It's complicated. Complicated. Maya screamed. You told me you were separated. You told me you loved me. I grabbed my keys. I'm out, I said. Maya turned to me. Tyler, wait. I didn't look back. The next morning, Maya came to my room, red-eyed and disheveled. I'm sorry, she said. I didn't know he was married. I thought we had something real. I stared at her. You used me for months. You took my money, lied to me, and cheated on me with a married guy. And you're sorry because you got played. She cried. I didn't mean to hurt you. I wanted someone who made me feel exciting, not just comfortable. You're great, Tyler, but you're boring. Jake made me feel alive. Boring, I said. Because I paid your bills? Because I planned our future? Because I loved you? She didn't answer. After that, Maya got vindictive. She'd accidentally unplug my phone charger at night, forget to give me packages when they arrived, and use all the hot water right before I got in the shower. She even started spreading rumors about me at her startup, said I was controlling and emotionally abusive. One of my coworkers heard it and asked if I was okay. I showed him the spreadsheet of expenses, the photos of Maya and Jake, and he shut up. I documented everything, took photos of the unplugged charger, saved delivery notifications, even installed a small security camera in the living room, legal in our state, since it's a shared space. Then she made a big mistake. She went to the landlord and accused me of harassing her and bringing random women over. The landlord called me into his office. Maya says you're making her feel unsafe, he said. Unsafe? I said. I've never yelled at her, never touched her, never threatened her. I've been completely civil. She's mad because I started dating again after she said we're roommates. I showed him the spreadsheet, the security camera footage of Maya messing with my stuff, and the screenshots of her lies. He sighed. I'll talk to her, but I can't do much if there's no actual violation. Just keep the peace. When I got home, Maya was waiting. You talked to the landlord? Yep, I said. He knows the truth. Filing false complaints could get you evicted, by the way. I wasn't lying, she yelled. You said I'm harassing you. I said. I'm not. I'm just existing. Big difference. She grabbed a picture frame off the shelf and threw it at the wall. Glass shattered everywhere. Feel better? I asked. Screw you, she said, slamming into her room. I took photos of the damage, sent them to the landlord, and he gave her a written warning. By then, Luna and I were official. She'd come over a few times a week. We'd cook together, watch movies, just hang out, and Maya would glare at us from across the room. Luna would wave cheerfully. Hi, Maya. How's the roommate life? Maya would look like she wanted to murder someone. One morning, Luna stayed over. We fell asleep watching a movie, and I made pancakes for breakfast. Maya came out of her room, saw us laughing in the kitchen, and went pale. Are you serious right now? She yelled. Morning, I said. Want pancakes? You're sleeping with her here? She screamed. I'm in a relationship, I said. This is my home. I can have my girlfriend over. I can't believe you, she said. Luna smiled. These pancakes are amazing, Tyler. You should try them, Maya. Maya grabbed her bag and left, slamming the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. She seems fun, Luna said. She's adjusting poorly to consequences, I said. A few weeks later, the lease was ending. I'd been apartment hunting and found a nice one-bedroom in a better neighborhood, $1, $800 a month, close to work and Luna's school. I signed the lease without telling Maya. One night, she said, we should tell the landlord we're renewing. I don't want to move. You should tell him, I said. I'm not renewing. She froze. What? Moving out, I said. Got my own place. You can't just leave, she yelled. Lease is ending, I said. That's how it works. What am I supposed to do? She said. I can't afford this apartment alone. Probably shouldn't have pushed away the person who was helping you afford it, I said. This is crazy, she screamed. You're leaving me homeless. You're not homeless, I said. You can find a roommate, get a cheaper place, or move back with your parents. Adult options. She tried everything, crying, yelling, begging. She even tried to seduce me again, wearing that blue dress and standing in my doorway. We could make it work, she said. If you stay, we could really try. No, I said. Why not? Because you don't want me, I said. You want my money. You want convenience, but you don't actually care about me. You wanted to keep your options open, and you lost. Jake doesn't want you, and now you're stuck. Her face crumpled. That's not true. It is, I said. You made your choice. Now live with it. Her dad even called me, yelling about how I was abandoning her. The lease ends, I said. I'm moving. She can't afford it alone. That's her problem, not mine. She chose this. Moving day arrived. Movers came early, packed up all my stuff. Turns out most of the furniture was mine, since I'd bought it when we moved in, and loaded it onto the truck. Maya watched from her doorway, arms crossed. The apartment looked empty without my couch, my TV, my bookshelf. You're really doing this? She said. Yep, I said. You're ruining my life, she said. Nope, I said. You ruined it. I'm just not fixing it anymore. I'll never forgive you, she said. Don't need your forgiveness, I said. The movers finished. I did a final walkthrough, took photos for the security deposit, and headed out. Maya was crying on the couch. Don't go, she said. Bye, roommate, I said. I got in my car, drove to my new place, and Luna was there to help me unpack. We ordered Thai food, christened the apartment, and I felt lighter than I had in months. Here's what happened to Maya. She couldn't afford the apartment alone, broke the lease, lost her $2,100 security deposit, and moved back with her parents. She had to sell her car because she couldn't make the payments without me covering insurance. Jake ghosted her completely. His wife made him quit his job, and he didn't want to deal with Maya's drama. Her friends slowly disappeared, too. Constant complaining about your ex gets old, especially when everyone realizes you're the one who caused the problem. Last I heard, she quit her job at the startup, too embarrassed to face her coworkers, got a retail job at a mall, and lives in her childhood bedroom. She barely makes enough to cover her phone bill and student loans. As for me, Luna moved in 3 months later. We split everything 50-50, rent, utilities, groceries, and it's amazing how much better a relationship is when both people contribute equally. We communicate, we respect each other, we actually want to spend time together. I sleep better, I'm happier, and I never have to worry about being someone's bill-paying roommate again. The moral of the story? If someone tells you they don't see you as a partner, believe them. Don't stick around hoping they'll change. Don't let someone use you for convenience. And if they want to be roommates, treat them like one. Life's too short to be someone's backup plan. I learned that the hard way, but I'm better off for it. Oh, and if you're dating someone who refuses to split costs, cancels on you constantly, and has a work friend they're weirdly secretive about, run. Save yourself the drama. You deserve someone who loves you for you, not your bank account.